The Honourable Joe Goodhue.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Well, as we are here in the debating chamber this afternoon, there's unlikely to be a lot of New Zealanders watching us, but for those who are, they might be. It's just that an extra 250,000 New Zealanders are not watching us because they're in work now.
That's right.
But let's think about the demeanour of the parties in the Parliament at the moment. Well, on this side of the House, we could throw a party, and I'll talk a little bit more about why soon. But in the meantime, let's just examine what's happening on the other side of the House. Disappointment reigns in Labour. Disappointment because the money they expended, or rather the taxpayers of New Zealand expended, sending their leader off to Canada so that he could transform from Angry Andy to Sunshine Sandy, did not work. No, it did not work. And then I have to say that the Green Party must be feeling disappointed on two counts. I first want to acknowledge Kevin Haig and his work while he's been in this House. And there must be disappointment to lose talent like this, because Kevin has worked creatively and positively with many other members of this House. That's been acknowledged here this week, and I too want to acknowledge him. You will be missed. But there's also disappointment that their potential partners, if and when the people of New Zealand ever think they're worthy of the government treasury benches, their potential partners are unbelievably disorganised, so much so that any possibility that New Zealand First members might appeal to Māoridom to vote for them for whatever reason is out the window, down the drain, and how horribly embarrassing for the position that New Zealand First now find themselves in. Think about how much it cost those 400 people to book their flights, to book their accommodation, but no, they do not care. The outrage from the Māori Party is absolutely as it should be, on behalf of the people who will be missing out.
Order. Order. We're now getting to the stage when I can't hear the Speaker. The main objective is Derek Ball. If he continues to interject through the general debate, I will be asking him to leave. The Honourable Joe Goodhue.
Mr Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to continue, because it's time to talk about why we might party. There are lots of reasons why we might party, but we're not going to, because there's still a hang of a lot of work to do. So the reasons we might party is that New Zealand is growing the third fastest in the OECD. So 3.6% for the last year, the envy of so many other nations. But there's a lot more to be done. We are getting on with the work. I want to talk about the unemployment rate in Canterbury. Actually, it's a little worrying, because it's now down from 2 years ago, from 4% to 3.2%, and we are crying out for people to fill the jobs. On a recent visit to my electorate of Rangatata, Stephen Joyce discovered that Industrial Controls, a tech company, is going gangbusters but could easily take on 20 more people in the next 2 years. But those people are quite hard to find. We've got good accommodation for them, affordable accommodation for them, great schools and a fabulous community to live in, but unemployment is quite low. We would love the people from the rest of New Zealand who need those jobs to come and live in the Rangatata electorate. So that's good news. So we've got real wages, that's wages adjusted for inflation, not pretend wages, growing at 1.4% per annum. Now that is 50% faster than it was under Labour, a fact they're not particularly interested in. So the real families of the Rangatata electorate want to know they've got a job, they want to know that their wages are growing, they want to know that their mortgages are going to stay, hopefully really, really low, the way they have been. And that has been such a bonus for them making ends meet. So the people of New Zealand are out there saying, government, you've still got some work to do. We know that. We understand that. And we have plans for many, many more initiatives that will tackle some of the really hard stuff that the opposition would rather talk about than come up with plans about. So all talk, no plans, terribly negative, embarrassed over here, ashamed over there, positive over here, but no party, no time to party just yet.